And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Whilst in today's first video we did kind of just talk about the meltdown that's currently going on the other side. Why? Because I think it's funny, and yeah, no reason for it, and I think a lot of the viewers do like to see them crying a little bit, so I'll still continue them videos when of course they do drop points and when they do lose, and just when they're in meltdown in general, because it's absolutely hilarious. But of course this video is about us guys. We have got a huge game on the horizon whilst we are in the midst of a title race, and actually I have seen some stuff from Rangers fans on social media stating that they're not that excited for the Europa League and seeing it as a hindrance, and I'm thinking, what? Well, Rangers Football Club, yes, you win the title. We can still win the title. In the years gone by, we do compete for the title, but we should be doing both. We're a huge club. We should be going far in Europe and competing for the title and competing for all the domestic silverware. So I'm not buying into this crap that people aren't excited and the Europa League is a hindrance. No, it's not. We're going to go enjoy it, and we're going to have to go out there and put a good enough team out to go through and beat Benfica and go through the quarterfinal of the Europa League. I'm greedy. I want all of it. I want the league title. I want the Scottish Cup, and I want to go far in Europe and hopefully get to Dublin. And that's the view and the point I have. I'm seeing a lot of Rangers fans playing this game as doom and gloom. Shush! Enjoy it. We're in the Europa League. We're in the latter stages of the competition. We're going up against Benfica. These are the nights you win the league for. These are the nights you do well domestically for. So you can have these big moments. So I'm not buying all this crap that the Europa League is a hindrance. I would be seriously disappointed if Rangers don't progress. I know it's a hard tie, but still, I want Rangers to go as far as they possibly can. Now, in today's video, guys, we're actually going to be taking a look ahead of the clash, going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours, and of course, going through today's headline. Yes, Angel Di Maria, we'll start with that. Angel Di Maria has came out and lauded Rangers and labelled Jack Butland as one of the best in Europe. Yes, you're not hearing that one incorrect. Yes, Di Maria has played at the top level of football for the vast majority of his glittering career. In 2022, he became a world champion with Argentina, helping his country lift the greatest competition of them all by scoring in the final. The 36-year-old has several Champions League and La Liga titles to his name, and also played for Manchester United, Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus. The winger now turns out for Benfica and is preparing along with his teammates to take on Rangers this midweek. The first leg of their Europa League last 16 clash will take place in Lisbon on Thursday, before the return leg in Glasgow a week later. He hailed Jack Butland as one of Europe's top goalkeepers, whilst also recognising James Tavernier and Fabio Silva in their excellent squad. Di Maria had this to say: "Rangers wasn't the best opponent for us to draw at this stage. Every rival is complicated. We have the first match at home. We'll need to maximum concentration to get a good result. It will be decided in Glasgow, but we have to go there with the advantage. I don't predict many goals in this tie. We have watched Rangers and they have an excellent squad. The keeper, Butland, is one of the best in Europe. They have the experience of James Tavernier and Fabio Silva will be super motivated for this match. If we control the ball against Rangers, I'm convinced we can score goals, but this will be a big battle for us. We wanted to be in the Champions League, but our challenge now is to reach the Europa League final." Look, that's some big words from Angel Di Maria, and say what you will, say what you want about him. That is maximum respect shown from the opposition. And Angel Di Maria, again, nice words there, and he's obviously been watching on Jack Butland ever so slightly so far this season, which is very interesting to see. But again, Benfica actually going into this one probably in the worst possible way. Yes, they're a bit broken. They just come off the back, literally in their game yesterday, to a 5-0 defeat to FC Porto. Yes, a 5-0 pumping to FC Porto. And their title hopes not taking too much of a blow, but obviously Sporting Lisbon can go 4 points clear at the top of the table. Porto are a way back from them, or close the gap to them in second place. But as stated, Sporting can take a little leap. Following that, they did lose the Lisbon derby as well. well in the first leg of the semi-final in the Portuguese Cup, as they lost 2-1 to Sporting Lisbon, with the last win coming against Portimonense, sorry for any pronunciation, where they won 4-0 at home. But prior to that, they drew 0-0 to Toulouse, and I've heard from a lot that they were really poor in that game against Toulouse and in the Europa League. So yeah, a team that are struggling for form at this moment in time, and a side that I feel I can sniff a little bit that they're a bit wounded. So we could pile a little bit of pressure on them, and all we really need is a draw. And as Angel said, the tie will be settled in Glasgow, I think, in my personal opinion, and at Ibrox. If we go there with the game still intact, preferably a win, obviously, but it's not the end of the world if we get a draw out in Lisbon, then I think we can set up the time. We've seen it time and time again, this story played out at Ibrox, full house. We can do enough to get through and win the tie convincingly. So again, it's there, but a very, very interesting one indeed, that Benfica are struggling so much after a really, really good start to the campaign. As stated, they are in the midst of the title race, just things aren't going well for them recently, and that could play into our favour. You need to have a bit of luck in these European games, and certainly that's what we'll need if we do want to beat Benfica, because probably head to head they are probably a better side than us. However, having said that, that doesn't always illustrate who's going to win the game and who's going to come through the tie. So I do think we are the underdogs ever so slightly, but we can definitely beat this side 1,000%. And yeah, they're coming into this one after a 5-0 battering from FC Porto, so their confidence is going to be low. Having said that, they could then say the same thing about us, that we're coming into this one after a defeat against Motherwell at home, and they may be licking their lips and going, this is a perfect opportunity for us to get back to winning ways again. So it can work like that, but as stated, guys, the Rangers players should be galvanised after that match against Celtic after Hearts yesterday. They would have been down after the game against Motherwell, but they would have been let off the hook. They've been pumped and looking to put the wrongs right after that victory for Hearts yesterday. And then again, another opportunity to really be pumped and go forward. We do perform our best in Europe. I genuinely do believe that. And as I said, I think with the big games, we usually do show up. Bar Celtic, but other big teams that we usually go up against, we usually show up and do very, very well in those games. So here's hoping we can do that once again in this game against Benfica. But very, very interesting. Rangers fans, for those of you watching, don't play into this sort of stuff that it's just all about the league. Yes, the league is important, but this is Rangers Football Club. We've got to be playing in Europe and doing well in Europe and representing ourselves. I don't be going and getting pumped by them just so it's not a hindrance. You do well in Europe, you do well in the league, and you do well in the domestic cup competitions. That's what all big teams do. If Rangers are a big team, which we are, we need to be doing well domestically and doing well in Europe. So either way, I've seen some ludicrous opinions on social media stating just play Scott Wright, play John McLaughlin and go and play the kids. F off. No. We need to win this game. We want to go through and get to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. They're the best nights, and certainly I would be disappointed if we get knocked out. But Rangers fans, do let me know your thoughts on Angel's words. Let me know your thoughts on the whole Europa League stuff. Are you looking at it as a hindrance? Are you looking at it as a game that you want to win? As stated, guys, let me know down there in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for daily Rangers content, and I'll see you all next time, guys. Take care.